so they're leaking. Steel is leaking, or there is stupid people that tampering with the mileage. Vehicle reported stolen. Please contact. Oh. Hello there and welcome to a new video. And as you could see in my last video, my new project is this Audi R8 V10 Plus. And as I could say in that video, the car is a little bit rough, but on some distance it's looking pretty good. In this video I will go over everything I have found with this car that is really bad or broken, and very strange things they have done with this car. Also, the mileage of this one is 20,793 kilometers. And that is not that much, but many things on this car looks like it has a lot more mileage. And I will actually show how much mileage I think this car have, because I find the correct mileage in the gearbox ECU. Also, when I bought this car, I could really understand that something was wrong. The mileage was not correct, or I saw it was a lot of faults on this car. But also the price was very cheap. Maybe in the second generation R8 that is the cheapest one in the world, that is not crashed or anything like that. And also because I'm going to build a street race car of it, then a little rough car is maybe not so big problem. When I saw this car for the first time in the showroom, I was walking towards the front of the car and I was immediately very disappointed. It looked like a rallycross car, so many stone chips. I don't know how easy it is to see here on the video. Maybe you can see they have many of these ones they have prepared with pencil headlights. Is it possible to see how many stone chips it is? Yeah, small damages all over the car. We can see here the condensers inside here. Yeah, taking a lot of beating. Front spoiler. A lot of marks a little bit on the carbon fiber there. This grille, I think they have repainted. Maybe it was chrome from the beginning. Yeah, you can also see the badge here. It was chrome from the beginning. They have painted and flaked off. So for 20,000 kilometers, it's looking really rough. Condenser inside there as well. And yeah, don't know how they can get so many stone chips on the car. Must be in some kind of racing. This car will clearly need repaint, or I'm thinking of putting a wrap on it. And yeah, actually it is pretty good, because I wanted a car that was not in perfect condition. Then I don't have to take the same care of it. But I think I can, this is plastic, so I can maybe polish these ones. The paint generally on the sides and on the back is much better. So all of these stones must be coming from cars in head of this car. Here we have a dent. Don't look nice, but I think it's possible maybe to massage that one out. We will see. A little bit damaged here on the side, and one cool thing is looks like a panel that is almost open here, and some electronic ECU device or something there. So yeah, I have to lift the car up and put that back. Should be no problem, but a little bit sketchy. And one thing I saw when I was inspecting this car, that the shock absorbers is looking, can you see there maybe? Yeah, all four of them are more or less a little bit wet, so they're leaking. And it is Magna-Ride shocks, so they are adjustable. We have a front shock absorber here, very wet. I did some investigation now, and yeah, they're really expensive, this one. I think $9,000 for a set, all car. I had some bad noise from the transmission, I think, and yeah, you can hear it here maybe. And yeah, it's some kind of ticking noise. It sounded a little bit like a drive shaft on a front wheel drive car. Sometimes when the CV joint of the drive shaft is bad and you're turning a lot, you can hear this kind of noise. So I removed the drive shaft, both left and right. I could hear the sound maybe came from the left hand side. So I took this drive shaft out first, and and disassembled the CV joint here. The balls, all of them, they're actually looking good. Chrome there. The inner piece here, you can see some wear because of this car have some mileage. Could be somewhere, but this outside part here, this discoloration you can see here, it's by the hardening they do. I think they do like induction hardening, so that's nothing incorrect. So we can look around and see. It's a little bit worn, but I don't feel anything with my finger. Oh, here it looks bad. This one, you can really feel it with your finger. It's really deep, this one. So yeah, maybe that could be the cause to the bad sound there. Because sometimes it did not came and sometimes it came. It depends if maybe the balls was a little bit more inside sometimes and outside sometimes. Just replace these, and this one's is also a weak point, I think, the CV joints for the drive shaft. So try to upgrade these to stronger ones. Everything back here is very dirty, so it would be nice to do some cleaning of this engine bay area. I just took this cover off. It's a more soft one with a lot of dirt, and it was actually one more cover here, one in metal, that I need to remove. And one thing I saw that's not so good, the flange between engine and gearbox, it's oil dripping there. So maybe rear main seal is leaking or something else. The oil leak I thought was coming from between the engine and the gearbox, but now when I removed some more panels here, I could see, I think the oil is coming from the shaft here that goes to the oil pump. It looks very much like that. So yeah, that's maybe a good thing. Checking into the vents here, I don't know if it's possible to see the radiator in there. It is very dirty and clogged up there. Yeah, full of shit, so we'll clean this one out. And everything in here is very dirty. A lot of gravel everywhere. I just removed the rear torsion bar, and on this one it was a little bit strange. You could really see the chafing from the heat shield of the exhaust. A lot of chafing for 20,000 kilometers, I think. So I will just make this a little bit nice and then put some new paint on it. One bad thing here is the condenser for the air condition. You can see it's really smashed. A lot of stones have been hitting this one, and it's also a little bit smashed in the bottom there. So I think I will clear this up a little bit. It will not be as efficient as it's supposed to be, but I think it's fine for now, and then maybe later on I will replace that condenser. We'll see. And also you can see here it's repaired, broken brackets there, so yeah, it's not all fine, but it's holding together pretty good. The front splitter, this is the underside, it is repaired. It's not perfect, but it will do. It's good actually, because then I will not be that sad when I make a scratch or anything on it. Here you can see here it's repaired. This is the original carbon fiber, and this is the repair here. Now I understand why the other side was repaired here. I think I need to do some gluing on this side as well. And this one has been chrome before. Now it's painted. I think I will have to remove this and repaint it. The cover is off, and I've already done some cleaning, but removing the condenser, it's a lot of shit in here. I guess it would help to remove this to improve the cooling a little bit. Outlets of the radiators on the inner fender here looks like, I don't know, worn out pussy, maybe, full of gravel. Yeah, so I will remove this and put something better here. I also took away some of the plates under here, so we can see the front diff looks like it has been leaking a little bit. This is a water-cooled one, so I think it's maybe coolant. Here I found one strange thing. In this location it was this little black thing with a wire here, either it has been connected to something or it's an antenna, some sender or something like that. Not as easy to open this up. Some electronics there. 2019 0420. 3.699. So it's still good. Remove the battery, and yeah, is it someone that knows what this device is? But I think it's some kind of tracking device. This side, it is assembled in Canada, it says. But I've searched on some of these numbers, but I could not really find anything. I'm removing some of the interior here, and I could see some wiring is not exactly original. Here is some electrical tape, one connector that is loose. This is the video unit, I think. Follow this one, going out here, and actually following it all the way, and now this one is coming out here, and it's going to this. It's the reverse camera. And yeah, this makes a little bit sense now, because one of these coax cables or wires, and you can see it's cut off there. So probably they have removed this one time and damaged this. And instead of repairing this, usually it's possible to repair coaxes, but this is a very small one if you check against my finger. So they did run an extra coax on the side here, so not the nicest installation there, but it works. And I saw one more thing here that is not original also. There is one wire going up here to this connector. So it has been some kind of system here, I think, that is not connected anymore. I don't know what it has been, but some electrical tape, some extra fuses here, or some units. I will check what this could be. And usually when you're working on old cars, you find coins from other countries. One Canada, 10 cents, thank you. Whatever it was here, it is removed. It's just a bunch of small connectors. And yeah, we have some circuit breakers here. And I'm removing some of this very fine Canadian sports car wiring modification they have done here. So here you can see it is, they have taken some 12 volts here. High class. Here are the mounts for the exhaust system. This one looking pretty good. This one broken. This one broken, the rubber as well. This one, the rubber is not broken, but yeah, a lot worn there. This metal bushing, so a lot of wear for 20,000 kilometers in Canada. Thank you. Yeah, here we can see the dent, and it's a little bit tricky because another skin on the inside here, very close. So we'll see. A lot of different tools here. You can see massaging out the dent there, little by little. You see many of them here. They're very long ones. So for example, if you have a dent on the middle of the door, you can pull in the tool here in the glass and work the dents out. Okay, next step, some hot glue. It was actually not possible to get all of this dent out here because of the location of it. So that's a bummer. Need to repaint this fender if I want to have it good. And I also want to tell you a little story about just before I bought this car, I was looking into buying a very similar car. So yeah, here's a little story about that one. Looking at an R8 here, and yeah, looking pretty good, this one. And
Carfax report of this one. It's coming from Canada. Severe damage, right? So it's damaged, repaired for Canadian $47,000. But the last post here, damage report, vehicle reported stolen, please contact. Oh. And now it's in UAE for sale.
Good afternoon, Insurance Bureau of Canada.
When I mentioned these Carfax information to the seller, I think he lowered the price from 350,000 dirhams to 310. He also sent this little video of the car, and it's looking nice from this one. And when I was waiting for information from Canada, and also I was thinking maybe it was stolen and then recovered again, so everything was okay. But the information from Canada came back, it was actually stolen. So the private person that had it for sale at this dealer took the car back, and it was not for sale anymore. And the last thing I heard was that the authorities actually seized the car and took it back. So hopefully everything gets sorted out. And this is things, people stealing cars or going into garages and stealing things. I really hate it. And also, if there's insurance frauds on cars that I know happens from time to time, I really hate that too, because then everybody else gets punished because of the higher insurance costs of cars. Even though I missed out on an opportunity to buy a really cheap car, and I'm really happy that I could help there. And also, I now understand why it's possible to import a stolen car into UAE, I think. Because when I bought this R8, my car, this one is directly imported from Canada. I had to do one check, similar to what you do in Sweden when you import a car. You have to do ursprungskontroll, it's called. And then they are checking with all the registers in different countries if the car is stolen and anything strange with it. And here I had to do this as well with this R8, the red one, and they are checking for these things. Fire damage, young, crushed, blah, 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 dismantled. But it doesn't say anything about if it's stolen or not. They check these things, and the vehicle fulfills the technical requirements. And it's possible to register for UAE traffic. So I understand this other car, it's all okay to drive here in country, but if I had bought it and brought it back to Sweden, I would have a lot of problem, I guess. So yeah, just be aware of that when you buy cars, guys.
I'm doing some service here and just got a little bit nervous because this bucket I had here is filling up very quickly, but yeah, not overfull yet, so that's really good. And I'm doing a really big service of this car, changing all the oils, I think, in the gearbox and everything, changing all the filters, engine filter, gearbox filter. Here we have the gearbox filter, because this car came with no service book at all, no records of any service made at all. Yeah, I could see some services were made in Canada on Carfax, but don't know anything at all about that. And also the seller was very clear about that. This car comes with no history at all, no papers on what have happened with it. One other thing I did notice here, when I took this panel off here, I could see that this quarter panel is repainted. I don't know if it's possible to see here, but I can see some spray in here. And also the dent guy told me that this one was repainted because it's too shiny. If there's factory paint, it got a little bit more orange peel than this. Something happened here. Don't think the whole car is repainted, but some of the car here. Could you guess now what the real mileage is of this car? Not 20,000 kilometers, I think, with all of these damages. And we go into the VCDS, and I have checked around in some different ECUs here. But where I could find anything interesting is in the gearbox ECU for the dual clutch gearbox. Here we could find some different measurements. We could find the mileage. So what do you guess? Do you think it has double the amount, 3 times, or 90,000 kilometers, almost 5 times the mileage?
good. 4.5 times as much as the instrument says. Also, we can see the launch control, how many launches made. 78. So yeah, quite some launches. I think I made 4 of them on my only drive with the car. But the thing with this instrumentation, that it's not that easy or maybe possible at all to make the mileage lower, to modify this one. And when I'm checking the papers, the Carfax from Canada, you could see that the mileage from the services, for example, the first one is 6,000, next one 9,800. These are 2017. We had some owner changes and some service. This one is in miles. No kilometer there. And we have one here, 20,653. It's almost same as now. That was 2019. The history of the car, it looks good. And yeah, these cars, when they want to modify the mileage, they put in an mileage freezer, mileage blocker it's called. And with that one you connect, and then you can actually, with the normal controls, I think if you left blinkers with the OK button, you can push this several times. If you push it 1 time, for example, it doesn't count any mileage at all. 2 times it counts half mileage. So that's one way for these mileage blockers to work. I'm a little bit curious if there is a mileage blocker in this car. So we can check one place where it could be. And also, this is nothing I want to promote or anything. I think it's really bad with this modified mileage, but I just want to make you aware that even these new cars, there is stupid people that tampering with the mileage, and this is how they do it, with just making the car count less miles. And this is not something just for the R8, it's for many Audis and I think many other makes as well, so just be aware of that. And I'm gonna see flipping here in the dash, and yeah, what I was looking for, it's possible to this connector that goes into the dash to put a little device between that one and yeah, the wiring harness of the car. It's nothing there now. Maybe it has been. Thank you for watching, and thank you very much for all of the nice comments on my last video. My health is slowly getting better, and hopefully I can make more videos in the future, but it will be slow for some time. It's still hard to do the complicated things with the car, and complicated things like editing is yeah, very slow for my brain, I think. Bye bye.